Have you ever wondered why forgiveness seems so hard, especially when it's someone you love? It's a question that's crossed all our minds, a sentiment shared universally. Today, we're diving into the concept of forgiveness, the vital role it plays in our relationships, and a unique perspective on it from the ancient wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Let's begin by understanding what forgiveness truly is. It's a powerful and transformative act that allows us to release the burden of resentment and move forward with clarity and peace. It's a conscious, deliberate choice to let go of feelings of revenge towards someone who has caused you harm, regardless of whether they deserve your forgiveness or not. Yet many misunderstand forgiveness as a form of forgetting. They believe that to forgive is to erase the past, to pretend as if the hurt never happened. This is a misconception. Forgiveness is not about forgetting. It's about letting go. It's about releasing the power that the past holds over your present. It's about choosing peace over pain, love over resentment. Now let's introduce Stoic philosophy into the mix. The Stoics, wise thinkers from ancient Greece and Rome, held forgiveness as a virtue, a strength, and a means of achieving tranquility. They believed that our reactions to events are within our control, even when the events themselves are not. They taught that we can choose to forgive, to let go of the anger and hurt, not for the sake of the one who hurt us, but for our own peace and well-being. From a Stoic's point of view, forgiveness is a form of personal liberation. It's a decision to not let someone else's actions dictate your emotional state. It's about asserting control over your own mind and emotions, choosing serenity over turmoil. So why does forgiveness seem so hard? Perhaps because it's often misunderstood. Perhaps because it requires strength, courage, and a profound understanding of self and others. Yet its rewards are immense. Understanding forgiveness is the first step towards mastering it. And as we journey further into this topic, we'll explore how the Stoic strategies can guide us towards mastering this powerful act of liberation. Now that we've understood what forgiveness is, how does Stoicism guide us towards achieving it? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy dating back to 3rd century BC Greece, offers us powerful tools for forgiveness. Firstly, the Stoics teach us the importance of perspective. They advise us to step outside ourselves and see things through the eyes of the other. Imagine, for example, a disagreement with a loved one. Instead of clinging to our viewpoint, we can try to understand their perspective. Why did they act in a certain way? What pressures were they under? What fears or insecurities might have influenced their actions? By doing this, we can foster empathy, a crucial component of forgiveness. Secondly, Stoics emphasize acceptance of the past. They remind us that what has happened cannot be changed. It's like trying to unspill a glass of milk. No amount of regret or anger will put the milk back in the glass. The past is set in stone. But the future? That's a canvas waiting to be painted. Accepting the past helps us to avoid dwelling on hurtful memories and instead focus on the present and future. Lastly, Stoicism encourages us to focus on personal growth. It teaches us that hardships, including conflicts and misunderstandings, are not obstacles but opportunities. They are chances to learn, to grow, and to become better versions of ourselves. So, when we face a situation that calls for forgiveness, we can see it as an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and understanding. Consider the story of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was born a slave. Despite his hardships, he used every challenge as a stepping stone towards wisdom. When we embrace such a mindset, forgiveness becomes less about the other person and more about our own development. So, Stoicism's approach to forgiveness is threefold. Empathize with the other person, accept the past, and focus on personal growth. Each of these strategies helps us to let go of resentment and embrace forgiveness. Remember, according to Stoicism, forgiveness isn't a one-time act, but a lifelong practice. So how can we practice forgiveness in our daily lives? Stoicism offers practical exercises. Let's start with daily reflections. Stoic philosophy encourages us to reflect on our thoughts and actions at the end of each day. By doing this, we can identify moments where we may have harbored resentment or anger towards others. Acknowledge these emotions, understand what triggered them, and then consciously let them go. Remember, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Next, consider writing letters of forgiveness. You don't necessarily have to send these letters. The act of writing is therapeutic in itself. It allows you to express your feelings, articulate your thoughts, and foster a sense of closure. As you write, try to see things from the other person's perspective. This exercise is not about justifying their actions, but about understanding them. This understanding is a key step towards forgiveness. Then there's visualization. The Stoics used visualization as a tool to mentally prepare for challenging situations. Imagine a future where you've forgiven the person who's hurt you. What does it look like? How does it feel? By visualizing forgiveness, we can make it a more tangible and achievable goal. But remember, patience is crucial. Forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. It's normal to feel anger and resentment resurface from time to time. When this happens, don't berate yourself. Instead, acknowledge these feelings and gently guide your thoughts back towards forgiveness. This is where persistence comes in. Keep practicing these exercises, even when it feels hard. And lastly, don't forget about self-forgiveness. Often, we are our own harshest critics. If you've made mistakes, accept them, learn from them, and forgive yourself. This self-forgiveness is just as important, if not more so, than forgiving others. As with any skill, practicing forgiveness requires time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. So we've forgiven. What's next? Healing. Healing is the rainbow after the storm of conflict. It's the soothing balm that mends the wounds of the heart. But how does forgiveness lead to healing? When we forgive, we release the heavy burden of resentment and anger, making room for positivity and love. This emotional cleansing rejuvenates us, making us more open and empathetic. In the journey of healing, self-love and self-care play a significant role. Just as you would tend to a physical wound, tending to your emotional wounds is equally important. Pamper yourself. Indulge in activities that bring you joy. By doing so, you're telling yourself that you're worth the love and care. Moreover, forgiveness fortifies relationships. It fosters understanding and compassion, strengthening the bond between people. It's like the process of kintsugi, where broken pottery is mended with gold, making it even more beautiful. With forgiveness, we not only heal our relationships but also ourselves. So we've traveled the journey of forgiveness, from understanding it to practicing it, and finally healing through it. We dove into the deep waters of forgiveness, exploring its essence and the importance it holds within the framework of love. We've uncovered the wisdom of the Stoics, their strategies for forgiveness that hinge on reason, acceptance, and the understanding that we are all flawed beings. We've learned exercises that help us cultivate this virtue, enabling us to let go of resentment and embrace love once more. We've seen that healing is a process, a journey that takes time but is ultimately rewarding. And through it all, we've discovered that forgiveness is not just an act, but a commitment to personal growth and the betterment of our relationships. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Remember, forgiveness is a virtue, and with practice, you too can master it.